during the beginning of October, I had to sit down with myself and I was asking myself questions like, all right, systems. How can I create a better system for my businesses and what I have going on? How can I scale? How can I take things to the next level? And I came to the realization that the system that I was looking for had nothing to do with the businesses. It had everything to do with my personal systems and discipline. So I want to really just talk about and reflect on my journey as far as the discipline and systems that I've been implementing myself and the results that I have gotten from them. Now, it's crazy because being an entrepreneur, like when you have businesses and you're creating a brand and you're working on things, we always think about how we can attribute to the business, right? Like what can we do to make the business better? But we overlook the fact that becoming a better us makes the business better in overall, in general, because we're showing up every day for the business, right? Whether you have employees or whether you're just the founder and you're working alone right now. The business is a mirror of us as individuals, right? That's why personal branding is so big nowadays, because the business is just a more formal version of you, but it all ties back to you, like who you are as a person. So when we don't have the proper discipline and systems in place as a person, then we can start to see our business mirror that in a sense. So lately, I've just been picking up new habits, new disciplines, new systems, and new hobbies just to put myself more out there. Because with Sheer Economics, not only are we a community, but we are a creative agency. So I have to constantly find ways to keep myself in a creative state, in a flow state, so that I can come out with new ideas, new philosophies, and new things that will propel my company to grow. So I just want to talk about a couple of systems that I've been incorporating that I have seen results with already, right? Because I feel like a better me from incorporating these systems, even though it's only been like a week. So the first one is prayer. I'm not religious, but I do know that prayer is a real direct communication with God, with the heavens, with the creator. And it's something supernatural and spiritual about prayer. So I've been incorporating different styles of prayer, like Salat, which is an Islamic prayer, and the Hebrew version of praying. And what I've noticed is, first of all, with Salat, you have to pray 5 times a day, mandatory, right? So that automatically puts you in a different type of discipline category, because the way we move throughout life, we're constantly doing things. So sometimes people forget to pray even once a day, or sometimes people forget to pray over their food. So with Salat, you're getting notifications of when it's time to pray. So that's keeping me in the cycle of making sure I'm praying and staying spiritually connected every single day. And also at night, before I even go to sleep, I'm reading the Bible, the Quran. I'm reading holy texts and ancient books, feeding myself with the proper spiritual tools and spiritual systems, so that when I wake up for the next day, I went to bed with something nourishing, right? So I wake up ready to seize the day. And I've been seeing a tremendous shift in my energy when I do this. And I definitely can tell, like, if I keep this going and I stay on top of this system and this discipline, it's going to definitely help me reach the next level. Because I've been in such a creative flow state lately. It's been crazy. Like, I wrote a whole book, like a 26-page pamphlet book 2 days ago. And it took me like a day to write it. It took me 2 days because I had to, like, of course, edit it and go through it. But it was really done in 1 day. The second day I just used to revise, make sure the texture and everything was put together the right way. So that's one of my systems. Another system is teas and juices. So I already eat healthy for the most part, but I wanted to really stay on top of it in a way that I could track it, right? I could measure the progress. So right now I'm drinking at least a tea every single day. Sometimes it's 2 teas a day, but I'm at least getting 1 in. So right now I'm drinking ginger turmeric teas. I have chai teas, which is a black tea. I love black tea. So anything in that aspect of that category, like, I'm with it. I like chamomile, I like lavender, and really these teas is just something that settles down the body after a long day, or like in the morning if I drink a moringa tea or like a mushroom tea, mushroom coffee, it gets me alert and focused for the day. So this has been key in my rituals, because with this type of system, it allows me to open myself up and flourish throughout the day. Like I'm at top peak, I'm feeling good, I don't have any brain fog, I'm moving clear headed, and I'm able to tackle work, and I'm also able to do deep work. Now, what is deep work? Deep work is when you set between 4 to 5 hours a day into just researching, studying, taking notes, or implementing something. And sometimes deep work is so key, because with one session of deep work, you can have weeks or months worth of work done within that 4-hour window. So deep work is pretty much when you cut off all distractions and you just lock in. And that's another system that I definitely recommend you guys doing. So another system that we could talk about is Tai-Chi. Now, Tai-Chi is interesting because I always wanted to kind of get into it in a sense, but I didn't really know how. I came across this YouTube channel which had the Tai-Chi. So I learned it, and every morning it's a 7-minute Tai-Chi that basically kickstarts the day. And the way that Tai-Chi is set up is you basically are moving with energy, right? You're unlocking your inner energy outwards. So you're doing a lot of movements, you're playing with your energy, and it puts me in a flow state when I do it. And I haven't been as disciplined with the Tai Chi. I can be transparent. I haven't been able to do it every single day, but I'll say like out of 7 days of the week, I've done it 4. So that's a win. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it takes time to get into a real regiment, right? They say it takes 21 days for something to become like a real system. So I'm working on just showing up, you know what I'm saying? Like showing up when I can to tackle it so that I can integrate it into my workflow. But with the Tai Chi, it puts me in a relaxed state. Like I feel like I'm flowing through the day when I'm doing a Tai Chi. And that's off of a 5-minute session. You know, like I'm moving with the energy, I'm going with the flow, I'm doing things at poise and a pace, and it's helping me become a master of my own energy and a master of the things that's surrounding me. Because with Tai Chi, I can show y'all for an example. Like we raise the energy up, we spread it, we gather it, and we sync it. So when you're doing this, you're basically playing with all the energy that's around you. You know, you're spreading your creativity and your energy to the world, but you're also bringing it back into yourself, and you're positioning yourself and keeping it grounded at the same time. And then you raise it back up, and you do the same thing again. Now, this has been allowing me to really tap into some different type of energetics. So I'm definitely happy to integrate this into my discipline. And some other things I want to do that I haven't really gotten to yet, but I'm working on for this next coming week, is adding more self-care. Like I already work out, but I want to be more like, I want to be more on top of my self-care, right? So like saunas, facials, massages, you know, things of that such, because I get them like every now and then, but I noticed that I could be more on par with the regimens. And this is key because self-care is the best care, right? Like I mentioned earlier, you have to become your best self so that you can do business like your best self, or so that your best self can show up in your business. I want the best version of myself to show up in my business, in my endeavors, and everything I'm doing. So I'm incorporating these systems so that I can create better systems within the business. Because when you're more clear-headed and you're able to move smarter personally, then you're able to come up with better systems and better processes for the business. But like I said earlier, we have to pour into ourselves. So those is pretty much what I have for now. As far as discipline and systems, I can't think of any more. I think I have like a couple more. I just been reading and stuff. That's already in my system though. I'm always reading, so that's not really nothing new. But yeah, that's just a quick reflection of what I've noticed personally for discipline and systems. If you're encouraged or you've been thinking about upping your discipline or upping your systems, then this is the perfect time to do so, because it's the fall, you know, it's the winter. This is the perfect time to work on your winter art, to plant new seeds, to become unrecognizable in these next 6 months, and really just show up as a better you, right? Like, a lot of animals go into hibernation at this time. If we look at nature, the leaves change, they're turning colors. So this is just an opportunity for you to change, and to not only just change, but to grow, turn over a new leaf, you know, get ready for the new year and for the new beginnings that's coming your way. If you're interested in joining a like-minded community of individuals who are doing the same thing, then I definitely recommend y'all join Street Economics. It's a free community. We have newsletters coming out every week, and we're growing to almost 200 members. This is a safe space where we are working together and keeping each other accountable for the things we want to do, right? People have businesses, people have content creation that they're working on, personal brands, research, investments, and more. So this would be a perfect place for you to just be yourself and join a community and tribe of individuals that are on the same timing. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Peace.